Excellent, excellent question. So I focus a lot on incentive comp design because that's obviously what I do. But you have to also think about your system holistically in terms of motivating employees. So there's a variety of different factors that drive employee engagement in the organization. Salary is one of them. So don't ignore the salary piece of the equation, and it may be like, even if I say the word salary and I also mean their regular hourly wage by that, it's the fixed portion of their pay. Giving people the opportunity to get merit increases is important. There are not a lot of companies in the trucking world that do that, and I think more of you should. So you really should be looking at merit increases and giving people additional pay based on performance evaluations. So there's different ways you can do it. It doesn't have to be that god-awful discussion where you go into the room, am I going to get my raise or not get my raise, because my manager's now trying to think of for the last year, and all they can remember is the thing I screwed up yesterday, right? There are other ways you can do performance reviews, but you want to make sure that you do have that as a motivational tool, because there are going to be some people who are going to be more driven by that salary increase than by the incentive. And that's one way you can handle that, because all of that other stuff, which some of it tends to be more qualitative, you know, are they a good team player? Are they showing personal advancement in terms of bettering themselves? Have they stopped throwing chairs at their fellow employees? You know, that kind of thing. So you put that in their performance review. That's a piece of it. Promotion is another piece. So usually for any role that has a significant mass in terms of population, I'm going to want to split it down into driver manager 1, 2, and 3, customer service rep 1, 2, and 3, load planner 1, 2, and 3. Because now you have something that they can advance to. They're going to start as a load planner 1. They're going to want to get promoted to a load planner 2, right? So now you can put some other criteria that's outside of the incentive plan on advancement. What is it we expect you to do to go from a 1 to a 2? And guess what? If your incentive plan is done well, when you go from a 1 to a 2, you've got more money, both from a salary perspective, you're in a new salary band, and your target incentive has gone up. And now we can put other stuff on the promotion criteria that we can't cover in maybe either of those two things. The other thing, and this is, I got to write an article about this because this is just an idea that has just started to bubble up, and that is, think about giving them, for lack of a better term right now, I'm going to call it a career development bingo card, okay? So for each one of these roles, and I get asked this question a ton about how do you motivate millennials these days? These kids grew up playing video games. So, and I've got, my son was born in 1996, so he's on the cusp. Like, he's really more of a Gen Z than he is a millennial, but he's right on the edge of that. He just got his first job, yay, as an engineer in a nuclear energy consulting firm, so very proud mama on this. And he got hired as an engineer 1. First day on the job, his question was, what do I have to do to be an engineer 2, right? So he's very interested, and he's been in the job 3 months now. He's scheduled a meeting with his manager to find out what are the different things that he needs to do to get that advancement. So it's not just necessarily about the promotion, but they are looking for career development. They are looking for opportunities to learn things. And if you just lay out, like, we want 5 specific skill sets that we need to be working on, and break it down into 5 levels, okay? And think of specific things that they can do in each one of those buckets that they can check off. And I'm not talking about, like, you know, the way shows consistent aptitude for blah, blah. That doesn't mean anything. I mean, take a course on this, right? It has to be something that is tangible, that they know that they did. You might want, I was working with one company that said, geez, these kids don't know etiquette, right? They don't know how to go have a business meeting and what they're supposed to do in a business meeting. Okay, so find an online etiquette course that they can go through, and they can teach them what forks they're supposed to use when they're out at a business dinner, how to order wine, right? That could be one of those qualifications. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get a promotion when they get done with all of this, but it gives them something really tangible that they can go and they can say, okay, I've checked off this and I've checked off this, and their personal little bingo card might sort of have dots all over the place. Or they may decide they're going to work down one whole column and get really good at that one thing that you want them to do before they start going across the card. Or they may want to go across and say, okay, I want to do level 1 on all of these things. and then I'm going to do level 2 on all of these things. Promotion then comes when you see that they put those things into action, right? This is telling them, here's the course to take, here's the book to read, here's the thing we want you to learn. It's giving them all of that in a packaged form that they will very well relate to, and then you promote them and advance them based on seeing those things in action. So I really am kind of excited about that idea. I need to do something with it because I think there's something in there for everybody.